Hey, today I'm going to do 2 rounds of Wim Hof breathing technique, and while doing so, I'm going to monitor my blood oxygen saturation levels using a pulse oximeter. If you want to know more about Wim Hof, his breathing techniques, and all the superhuman things he does, please visit his official website and also his YouTube channel. I have provided the links down below in the description box as well. Wim Hof's breathing technique looks a bit similar to Bhastrika Pranayama of the yoga. Right now, I'm going to do 2 rounds of Wim Hof breathing. Each round consists of 30 to 40 breathe in and breathe out. This has to be followed by breathing fully out and holding your breath for as long as you can, and then breathing fully in and holding your breath for 15 seconds. But I'm going to hold my breath for as long as I can in this third step as well. This constitutes 1 round, and I'm going to do 2 rounds of this breathing. While doing all this, I'm going to monitor my peripheral blood oxygen saturation using a pulse oximeter. I'm going to plot those values into a graph and see how it looks. Round 1, breathe fully in, out, fully in, out, fully in, out. One thing to keep in mind here is while I'm breathing in, I need to breathe fully in. But while I'm breathing out, I don't breathe fully out. I just let go a major portion of air from my lungs. That's it. It is not breathing fully out. I just let go normally and quickly follow it up with a full breathing. Fully in, out, fully in, out. I will repeat this for 30 to 40 times. Then at the very end, I will breathe fully out. Remember, fully out this time and hold my breath as long as I can. Your breath holding time may not be that great initially, but if you keep on doing this on a regular basis, you should be able to hold your breath for longer periods of time. Fully out and hold my breath. I can feel my fingers tingling, most likely due to high oxygen saturation. Some may feel lightheaded at this stage. I guess it varies from person to person. Once I feel I can't hold my breath anymore, I'm going to breathe fully in, and hold my breath again. I'm going to do fully in and hold my breath again. Wim Hof actually suggests to hold the breath at this stage for just 15 seconds, but I'm going to hold my breath for as long as I can just to see how it affects my oxygen saturation levels. As soon as I feel the need to breathe in again, I will breathe in and continue with the round 2. I'm going to breathe in now and start round 2. Breathe fully in, out, fully in, out, fully in, out. I will do this for 30 to 40 times. Remember, I'm breathing fully in but not fully out. I just breathe out normally, that's it. As you can see, my pulse oximeter readings are at 100 in sync with my full breath-ins. When I do fully out at the end and hold my breath, we should see my oxygen levels dropping down in the oximeter. There you go. I breathe fully out and hold my breath. Let's keep an eye on the oximeter readings. It's very interesting to still see a reading of 100, but I can tell you right now, at this stage, I'm clearly starving out of oxygen. But the reason we are still seeing a reading of 100 in the oximeter is because there is a delay of few seconds between the actual breathing event and that event getting reflected in the oximeter. I believe this delay is just because of our physiology rather than some oximeter limitations, but I may be wrong, I don't know. Let us measure this delay or lag. As you can see, my oxygen levels are still dropping right now, and as soon as I breathe fully in, they should stop dropping and start rising again. Therefore, the time between my breathing in and the rise in my oxygen levels should give us the lag. Okay, I'm breathing fully in and I started the stopwatch. I'm going to stop it as soon as I see a reversal in the trend of my oxygen levels. That should give us the actual log. They are still dropping. Let's wait for the moment they stop dropping and stop it rising. Yes, I stopped the watch. As you can see, the levels started to rise again, and we can clearly see there is a delay of 33 seconds between the actual breathing event and its eventual reflection in the pulse ox readings. Okay, I reverted back to my normal breathing again. I have done 2 rounds of Wim Hof breathing technique. Wim Hof actually suggests to do 3 rounds on a regular basis, probably every day, to see the desired beneficial effects of this technique. Now let's plot these pulse ox readings on a graph and see what's happening here. So I have manually noted down my blood oxygen saturation levels and the heart rates against the time from the video footage which we just saw. I then plotted these readings into this graph. I have color coded the different phases of the breathing. The 2 green areas, this one and this one, correspond to the breathe in and breathe out phases of round 1 and round 2 respectively. The 2 red areas, this one and this one, correspond to the phases of round 1 and round 2, where I had to breathe fully out and hold my breath. The 2 brown areas correspond to the phases where I had to breathe fully in and hold my breath. The first thing that stands out of this plot is how responsive the heart rate is to our breathing. It's just amazing to see it in complete sync with breathing. It started to slowly rise in the first phase of round 1, that is breathe in and breathe out phase. It's rising as if I was doing some physical activity while I was just sitting there breathing. Then it immediately started to drop as soon as I started the breathe out and hold phase. It started to drop even further as soon as I entered breathe in and hold phase. It repeated almost the same thing in round 2. It started to rise in breathe in and breathe out phase and started to drop in the 2 subsequent breath holding phases. Just an amazing sync between breathing and heart rates. The peripheral blood oxygen saturation levels, SpO2, also showed good response to Wim Hof's breathing method, but with a lag of few seconds, of course, as I explained earlier. In the breathe in and breathe out phase, the oxygen saturation levels are at 100 as expected due to the vigorous breathings I was doing. We expect the levels to fall in the next phase, that is breathe out and hold phase. as the body is essentially using up all the oxygen, we actually see the levels falling down only after some time into the phase. Again, this is due to the lag we were talking about earlier. Then that full breath in caused the oxygen levels to rise. The subsequent breath hold caused only a slight decline in the oxygen saturation levels. I expected that this decline would be much more, but that's not the case, and it's interesting. The levels reached 100 again in the breathe in breathe out phase of round 2, but of course with a lag. Started to drop in the breathe out and hold phase. One full breath in reversed the trend, and the subsequent breath hold resulted in a slight decline, but much more pronounced this time compared to round 1, compared to the decline in round 1. At the end of round 2, the levels reached back to around 99 when I resumed my normal breathing. I like what I see here in this graph, but I would love to adjust this SpO2 curve with the lag we have observed. I calculated the lag for the 4 breath hold phases of round 1 and round 2, the 2 breath hold phases of round 1, and the 2 breath hold phases of round 2, total 4. From this I deduced the average lag time in seconds. These are the values. As we saw earlier, the lag with breathe in and hold phase of round 2 is around 33 seconds. Actually, it is more closer to 34 seconds. The average lag for all 4 phases ended up something like 30.15 seconds. Now what I did is, I adjusted this SpO2 curve for the lag by moving it to the left by 30 seconds, the average lag which we just observed. This gave me this second plot, which looks much better and displayed better sync between my breathing and my peripheral blood oxygen saturation. The levels stayed at 100 during the vigorous breathe in, breathe out period. They started to plummet immediately when I entered breathe out and hold period. The levels continued to plummet till the end of the phase. I believe the levels are still dropping at this point, but my oximeter didn't throw up those readings. But hey, the oximeter still did a fantastic job. Really impressed with it. It is just amazing what one full breath can do to your blood oxygen levels. That full breath in just shot up the oxygen levels. What's interesting is that at the end of this breathe in and hold phase, the oxygen levels are not that bad. But I did feel an urge to breathe in, and so I did. I believe this urge came more from the fatigue associated with holding a full breath rather than the oxygen levels themselves. So I believe if one slowly starts to release the air bit by bit at this step, then one can prolong the breath holding time a bit longer. That is just my guess, and I may be wrong. The same pattern repeated in round 2 as well. Levels are at 100 during breathe in and breathe out phase. They plummeted when I did breathe out and hold. Again, just amazing how the levels shot back up just one full breath. The levels dropped a bit during the breath hold and returned back to around 99 when I resumed normal breathing. Okay, this concludes our analysis. A lot of people claim that Wim Hof breathing method offers them with better control over their physiology, improves their overall well-being, helps in managing stress and anxiety in a better way, and builds physical endurance. I personally don't know, as I'm too lazy to do anything on a regular basis, let alone every day. But I do feel Wim Hof breathing can lead to an effective meditation session. The most important thing while meditating is to keep our mind still. This is very difficult to achieve, especially if you are like me. But when I do 3 rounds of Wim Hof breathing first and follow it up with a meditation session later, then I feel that I'm able to achieve decent levels of stillness of my mind. If you are doing Wim Hof breathing method regularly, then please feel free to let us know the benefits you are experiencing in the comment section below. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you.